Leo, this is Lena with Cicalia Botanicals. Welcome to your April 2020 Tarot Horoscope reading. So I went ahead and laid out all of your cards for your reading already so we could jump right in. I did this month decide to pick two theme cards. One is from the Divine Oracle deck and the other is from the Deviant Moon Tarot. So for your theme card from the Divine Feminine, we have Lilith, the first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose to live the life that I desire to live. And the Six of Wands. So you're on fire this month for sure. Definitely some strong fiery energy in April for Leos. Definitely. I just want to go over here with you real quick to some of the astrological events that are happening this month for everybody across the board. On April 3rd, we have Venus entering Gemini. So Venus being the planet of love, friendship, and beauty. Moving into an air sign that is a little bit more chatty, very intellectual. You're going to probably find maybe yourself feeling a little bit cabin feverish, wanting to be more social, more curious about what's going on with people, forming bonds on more of a mental level, communicating ideas more than usual, or even just reading more, sharing book recommendations and so forth with friends. On April 7th, we have the full moon in Libra. This is a very balancing energy, and typically I feel this moon should, for the most part, unless there's a lot of discord in the relationships in your life, should be pretty mellow, as this has a lot more of the energy that tends to allow for compromise, fairness, wanting to spend more time with your significant other, quality time, having more peace and harmony in the home. On April 19th, we have the sun moving into Taurus, so that is an earth sign. So even though most of us have probably been spending a good deal of time at the house, at the home front, you may find yourself finally feeling like a little bit actually more cozy there and more comfy there, and actually really settling into enjoying it, making it more cozy, nesting a little bit more. But there also might be more issues coming up involving security and keeping the home front yours and safe. There is also a tendency to become a little bit lazy, so be mindful of that. This is a great time for physical exercise, and you may find your energy is moving more towards the physical than the spiritual at the moment. On April 22nd, we have the new moon in Taurus as well. The new moon in Taurus is going to have a little bit more of the romantic vibes, sentimental, but potentially possessive or selfish or jealous. But for the most part, you're going to see a lot of strong, loyal bonds, or strong bonds becoming even more loyal. But there could be some issues with some stubbornness in life too, or in relationships and communication. On April 25th, we have Pluto going retrograde in Capricorn. Pluto will be retrograde until October 4th. So Pluto retrograde energy, to me, is shadow work. It is a time for self-reflection and for dealing with those things that we push down that we don't want to deal with, or maybe like didn't even know that we weren't dealing with. It can even be dealing with ancestral issues, past life issues, childhood issues. This is a great time, though, to work with your intuition. It's going to be a lot easier to work with your intuition, so really utilize that, as it's a great tool to have in life. Capricorn energy, though, typically with Pluto in retrograde, I could see the issues arising for most of us centering around power struggles, authority, work, finances. And that does make sense for what's going on right now. And being that this is going through October 4th, I think the ramifications of what is going on in these realms are going to have a significant impact until that time. So have some patience with yourself and others. On April 27th, we have Mercury moving into Taurus. Mercury, the planet of communication, of travel, of technology. So maybe we think, I see this as some of the bans or the movements that we think would be lifted on the 1st actually taking longer, only because Taurus energy is slow to start energy and really wants to take its time to process things, and very much about the practical. So all of these issues will be weighed in terms of practicality, numbers looked at, and decisions made from that point, and less from an emotional response, which is probably a good thing. And so that's why I'm thinking that some of these dates might get pushed back even a little bit more towards more like end of May, but we'll see what happens. That's just what this astrological energy is suggesting to me. Alright, so looking at your theme cards, Lilith, I love this card, the first woman. So Lilith has a bad rap in a lot of stories, right? I don't see her that way, and she's not depicted this way in this deck either. I'll read it for you. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. Lilith embodies our sovereignty to declare our desires and do what must be done in order to live them out. According to Jewish folklore, Lilith was Adam's first wife. She was created from the same earth as Adam. So when he expected her to be subservient to him, she refused. Lilith explained to Adam that they were equal, made by God. So, when Adam insisted again on her submission, Lilith uttered the divine names and flew away. Supposedly, Adam sent angels after her to force her to return, but she was with the archangel Samuel, and she desired to remain with him. Ancient Jewish midrash, or retellings of biblical stories, portray Lilith as a demon, but contemporary feminist theologians like Judith Plaskow have incorporated women's experience and women's voices into traditional texts with their own midrash. Plaskow transforms the fearsome, vilified Lilith into a wise, empowered woman. Lilith embodies the emotional and spiritual aspects of our unconscious, or unrealized desires, sensuality, and unbridled sexuality. She owns her body and soul completely. For many women, Lilith is an icon of freedom. Lilith is the first woman. She is the woman who refused to be dominated or defined by anyone or anything outside of her. When your soul selects her card, Lilith asks, what would happen if you left everything behind? She wonders what prevents you from getting to experience all that you desire. Is it you? Is it an idea of someone you have to be? Is it society's definition of what it means to be a woman? Lilith asks the questions that sometimes never fully reach the light of consciousness. Lilith is unclaimed. She is the ruler of her body and soul, and she reminds us that we are too. And not only that, we have a sacred obligation to be the body's fierce protector. If I were entirely equal to everyone else, to every man and every angel, like Samuel, what would I choose for my life? If I see myself as worthy, as the first woman ever created by the divine, what more would I ask for? Am I living the life I desire? Am I actually fulfilled sexually in my current relationship? Are there aspects of my sexuality I haven't been able to face and voice? Lilith refused to settle. She answered all these questions within her and took action on the truth she uncovered. Lilith demanded that she meet with what she really desired, and she's here to demand that we all do the same. Soul Voice Meditation. What does the life I truly desire look like? I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. So, I see this, Leo, as an overarching theme for you this month on taking control of your life, of looking really deeply at what it is you are wanting to do with your time on this earth, seeking out your own desires and dreams and wishes and making them happen. And the Six of Wands being the card of success, I see you feeling successful, or even the journey of pursuing these things in your life now is making you feel successful. Just the act of doing it, of the process. So where you stand right now, or at the beginning of April, we have you at the Five of Wands. So fighting battles that can be a little bit playful or a little bit frustrating. They're not major, but certainly distracting, certainly not what you're wanting to be doing right now. I have what's costing you the world. That makes sense. Pretty much, I think most of us are in that boat right now where we're just waiting on the world. The world is on pause, right? Waiting for things to shift gears and press forward. What you have behind you, Four of Swords. So you've already been patient and been waiting things out, right? You've been waiting, I get this feeling of like, whew, like letting go. You've let go of some things, probably some disappointments, probably a sense of like needing to feel in control, or knowing that you're in control, or knowing that you're not in control, right? And then ahead of you, though, I have the Eight of Swords. So that is about struggling because of your own, you're kind of like, the struggle is making it worse. Like if you were just to remove like the worry, the fear, right? If you remove that component, things free themselves up for you. And maybe that is what part of this Lilith energy is about. Like, you just gotta let some stuff go. And you've already been doing this, and I see though that you're still gonna have to keep doing it. You're still gonna have to allow some things to just let go of the control, and let go of the fear, and let go of the worry. At the top of your mind, like I think a lot of us as well, the Ten of Pentacles. What's on your mind? Your financial security, your well-being, your solid foundation, your financial happiness, right? Your roots, where you live, your job situation. I mean, this is on a lot of our minds. Probably your family home front, how you're going to provide. Two of Wands, in your subconscious, or what you're feeling. You're surveying the landscape for opportunities. You're seeing what's out there, and being that it's your subconscious, your intuition, this is something that you're not even entirely aware of that you're doing, but it's also affecting you more on an emotional level, which is what might be causing some of your struggle or anxiety, because you are surveying the landscape and looking for other opportunities ahead of you and what you should be doing next. And it's like keeping you, like you're on guard. Okay, I see this as like you being on guard a little bit all the time, on the watch all the time. Knight of Wands is your advice. So this lines up to me with this Lilith card energy. Is what is it that you're passionate about? Right? You're looking for these opportunities of things that already exist in the world, and how you might fit in to that, or make that yours, or make that benefit you. But what I think you need to do is, from the heart space, move forward about ideas and creative projects that you are already that you're excited about, that are you, that are like fiercely you. And then pursue those with just fearless, full-on energy. What you can't help is Eight of Pentacles. So there's probably some aspect about this thing that you're wanting to do that is, you're going to have to do some learning. Like, you're not a master, and it's not going to happen overnight. Like, you're going to have to put in the time and the energy and the work and do the learning, and there will be lessons, you know, some setbacks, and that is a part of it. You can't skip over that, and it's just how it is. But the Eight of Pentacles energy is good energy. It's hard, diligent, honest work, okay? Rewarding, honest work. Temperance for hopes and fears. So I think your fear is being that the world is holding you. You're being crossed by the world right now, or it feels that way. That you're still going to be in this holding pattern, and you fear it. But also your hopes being that things balance out, and you get what you need, that you get what you deserve, that you're taken care of. For your final outcome, two cards came out. The Tower, which is a card I don't love, and then followed, though, immediately by the Ace of Wands. So what I do see for you, Leo, is something is coming down around you, and you, it'll happen, I think, quickly at the end of the month. And the thing is about the Tower card, like, I don't like it. The reason why I don't like it is because it's like, it feels tough, because it's usually never because of anything that you do, like things changing quickly and in such a dramatic way usually. But always in my life, whenever this situation has come up, and it's come up honestly a number of times, that I have learned that coming out of this was wonderful, and the before and after this has always been profound, and this has always been significantly better. It's just the process is difficult sometimes, processing everything that's happening as it's happening. Now what I see though in this is the Ace of Wands energy is like a new spark, a new something, with promising, vibrant, fiery energy. You're very, you're fire sign, and I think of all of the fire signs, the fiercest of the fire signs. And I know that you have the energy and the capability to, like Lilith, shape this into, instead of some sort of loss, into like a significant win, and like a huge leveling up in life, like a huge win. And that's how it is going to feel when you get over that hump of the process of the entire transition of what's going to happen. So I do see for you, Leos, like a major transition occurring at the end of the month that is going to be in your long-term best interests. And I think that when you look back on this, Leo, you're going to look back on this crazy, weird quarantine pandemic time as that time that sparked the beginning of your best, truest life. So that is exciting, and I think that you need to keep that in mind when you start to feel the anxiety and the struggle, and keep in mind that you do still need to put in the work, that whatever you're working towards, whatever this transition is going to be, isn't instantaneous, and it is worth all of the work, all of the lessons, all of the blood, sweat, and tears. And you're going to slay it. I mean, you'll feel it. and you'll feel like, oh, this is it. This is the thing. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, or this is who I am. Now, this could be a business venture, or this could honestly even be a relationship. It could be like one relationship ending and a new one suddenly starting, like very quickly. Oh, I don't know why I didn't see this. Oh, this could very well be a pregnancy, and definitely not planned. A little bit of an oopsie, and if that's the case, though, I see you actually being excited about it, and that Tower card being about, honestly, I think it's what it is. It's probably for you a first child, as the life that you know significantly changing. Or it could be, if it's not a first child and this is a pregnancy, then I see this as some aspect of the way that you live changing significantly because of that. Like if you worked, now you stay home, or vice versa, if you stayed home and now you work, depending on your situation. Wow, Leo, your reading was fairly straightforward. Not everyone's has been this week, although I do say the theme has been pretty consistent. Most of us have some, financial insecurity issues going on, and so you're not alone. The world is a weird place right now. So just have faith in yourself and find that passion of yours and keep pushing forward and take deep breaths. You've got this. Well, thank you for joining me, Leo, and I look forward to seeing how May unfolds for you later in the month. I will try to get it up before the 1st. This is a newer venture for me, and these videos do take a long time, more than what you see here, as I do a lot of preparatory work to get into the space with my guides to do the readings, and setting up the space physically to do the readings, and doing the astrological research and the editing and all of that. So it ends up being quite a lot to put out 12 videos every month. But I want to stay with it, and I hope that you like them and that they are helping you, because that's really my purpose in doing all of this, is to share my 20 years experience with reading tarot and the gifts that I've developed over these years to help people. And in this time right now, it really feels like that is what I should be doing. So thank you again for your time, and I wish you so much health and wealth and happiness. See you next month, Leo.